I'm Bri.
And I'm Lucky.
We're the host of
Saying Whatever We Want to Say. Authentic girl talk.
No punches pulled.
Like no one's listening.
We discuss any and everything from lifestyle,
our experiences as Black women,
love,
business, and so much more. Saying whatever we want to say.
And we're back! Back.
Season 3.
Season 3 of Saying Whatever We Want to Say.
And you can see us now.
And we're live, baby.
Oh my God.
I'm super excited to be back.
We can't come looking like anything now.
I know. Now
we be sitting recording looking like,
we definitely
sometimes be looking like anything.
We definitely be in sweatpants and a whole mess.
Chilling.
So I'm just super happy to be back. We have so many topics to talk
about.
Yeah,
we do.
We so prepared this season for everything. We're going to entertain y'all. It's going to be so good. Y'all get to see our pretty faces. Jeez. No, but I'm super happy to be back. We're talking about girl code today.
Girl code today, yes.
You know that's a serious topic.
It is.
Girl code to some people might be different to somebody else. So we definitely need to talk about our experience with girl code.
Yes,
so what is
sure.
girl code to you, Lucky?
So when I think about girl code, I think of like the things that I think it's supposed to be like a sisterhood. It's a code between sisters. Things that you don't do to somebody that is like your sister. Like you not hollering. You know what I mean.
You definitely not hollering at nobody that your friends like.
So yeah, I was gonna ask you that.
Yeah.
So can you holler, like, say I was like, oh, he cute or whatever. Mm-hmm. Is it like he's off limits?
He's definitely off limits, especially, I mean, if you out and about with your friends, if you in a club setting or something and your friend be like, he cute, that's a different thing. Like, then you're like, oh, yeah, I think he cute too. And then it's like, see where it goes from there. But if your friend got a prospect that she been looking at for a while.
Yeah, she's super crushing on him.
That she crushing on for a long time. She follow him on social media. She sweating him. And then you try to sneak in there. That's breaking girl code.
Yeah,
and I think that girl code is different for Black women than other races of women. Yeah, because I feel like some races of women, they might do stuff different than, from my experience and seeing things, like they might do stuff different than we might do it. So I think girl code for us is definitely big on loyalty.
Yes,
like definitely holding it down for your sis. And I don't even think it has everything to do with men. Like I think like sometimes that look like going to the bathroom with your homegirl, right?
Yeah, holding each other down.
Good, not leaving the club without them. There's like so many.
Have you ever been left at the club?
I've never been left at the club. I can't imagine that. I've been lost in the club.
In the club.
Because I wear glasses. Y'all probably gonna figure this out now that we're recording live.
We both wear glasses.
But we wear glasses. So when I was younger, I used to try to be super cute. So I would take my glasses off before I go in the club. So if I went somewhere, my friends was lost. Like I just had to bump into them again. But you learn as you get older. Like take a buddy with you. Yeah. No matter where you go, and take a buddy and all of that good stuff. But definitely big on loyalty. Like I
think that's probably the biggest thing.
Yeah, making sure your friends are straight. Like making sure, like if you see something, say something, right? Like
okay, so see something, say something, right? So if you saw. Say you saw my man out, right? Mm-hmm. And you saw him with another female. Do you come back and say, yo, so your man's?
Yeah.
What do you say?
I feel like, all right, so younger Bri would have definitely said something, right? Like definitely said something. But now I would have said something without thinking about it. Younger me. Okay. Right? But now I feel like you got to kind of weigh it, right? Like, you got to kind of see, like, how do I approach this? What type of friend do I have? Does this serve me or does this serve my friend? Like, do I want to see some drama unfold? What type of person are you? And in the past, how has this person
showed up in
situation? I'm definitely telling you. We tell each other everything, like any little thing that don't even make sense to tell. So I'm definitely telling you, I'm like, but you got to come with a certain type of energy, too.
I think I'm approaching him.
Okay.
I think I'm approaching him. I'm going to be like, yo, my guy, like.
I probably wouldn't do that.
What's up? Because I don't want to have to break it to her. So you better tell her before I tell her if it's some funny business. I feel like I'm more like that. Okay. I would rather not just go and like.
Make an assumption.
And it didn't, it might not even be nothing. It could have been his cousin. Well.
His cousin for play.
Yeah, it could have been his cousin, but instead of, you don't want to make drama where it might not be drama.
Right.
So I probably would say something to him first. And then, see what his response is and go maybe from there.
Yeah, I definitely feel that but I wouldn't do that. I'm not a confrontational person. So I feel like if I go up to somebody and then it becomes something else, like what if she catch an attitude? So I'm just like, you know what? To save myself from the drama, to save myself from all of that, I'm just going to give my friend a ring, or I might even take a picture just for verification. I'm super incognito anyway. So I might take a picture for verification. Like, all right, you know this girl? Like, is this his cousin? Who is it? Is his stepsister? I don't know. Somebody. They still go down. Definitely try to figure out who it is.
So has girl code ever been violated on you?
Not that I could think of off the top of my head. No, I don't remember. I mean, unless it was done secretly.
Okay.
But I don't know. I kind of trust my friends. And the friends or the homies that I don't necessarily trust, I just make sure they not in my space or in a, you got friends who you tell certain things to, and then friends who you just try to keep it cute with, or homegirls that you try to keep it cute with.
I definitely had girl code violated on me, for sure.
Tell us the story.
It was a hot mess. Me and her are not friends, obviously, anymore. Mm-hmm. But I was talking to somebody, and she started talking to him behind my back. Like, I wasn't talking to him like we were in a relationship, but we were what it's like when you talk. Uh-huh. So we were talking, and she goes talking to him behind my back. So I, said something to him because her and I ended up having a conversation, and I was like, why do you know so much about him? This is like a little weird. Because I had said something. She was like, no, he likes this. And I'm like,
how you know?
How would you know that? And she was like, oh, we talk. And I'm like, why are you talking? She was like, he said I could talk, I could visit, I could do X, Y, and Z whenever I want. And I was like, so I was, of course, pissed at him. I was pissed at him, livid at him, but I was also mad at her. Typically, I don't get mad at females if it's a situation where I don't know you. But we're friends. We were supposed to be friends.
Yeah, we close.
So, like, you going behind my back, you kicking, you, like, sneaky link. I don't know what they did.
Not you sneaky linking with her boo.
But I was just like, I'm good.
And you know who you are, sis.
Yeah, she know who she is. She know who she is.
You know that wasn't right. So, have you ever violated girl code?
No.
No, I can't remember. No. I don't have any... No, there's no way that I've ever done that. Especially because my group of friends is so small and we all live in different places too. So it's like highly unlikely that would happen. I know with the age of social media that is more likely for something like that to happen, but no. Even when you're talking about social media, we talked about this before. So like with your husband, like he might put we talked about this, like he might put something up and I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna like that.
I'm scrolling. I'm just scrolling. I've seen it,
but I'm gonna keep it cute.
I'm gonna just keep it cute. Yeah. If you're in the picture, I might be like, oh, cute, heart emoji, whatever. But I don't know. It's not that I look at him no type of way, but it's just like he might have say he had a suit on or something, like he was dressed dapper or whatever.
You'll be like, okay, D.
Like, oh, he looking all right. Like he looks sharp. He looks sharp. But I'm not thinking like, oh, he looking good.
Right.
Like.
And I never think that. So even if it was a picture that was a little bit raunchy and you hit the like button, it would never register in my mind like that you was liking it for that reason.
Right.
I would think that you're liking it because it's D. That's what you call him. Like that's the bro. So that's how I would feel. I would never think nothing crazy like that. And I think maybe, I don't know, not in you in particular, but maybe I just got a lot of trust in the people that I surround myself with, because I just don't feel like nobody would be thinking like, oh, I'm checking out her husband. None of my friends. Right. But I don't know, maybe I'm a little bit naive.
I try to treat people the way that I want them to handle my situation. Like, because I have had friends that have just done the most, like, and said the most, like, oh, yeah, man had to see me because I look like this, like,
you know who you are, sis.
Like, how you saying he had to see you? Like, what are we even talking about?
What are you trying to promote? But I have a question for you, Lucky, because all right, Lucky, if you don't know Lucky is the down to earth, chill girl. Like, she's a vibe. Like, she's the homie.
I'm the homie.
She's definitely the homie. So she connects with men easily, right? So she has relationships with men, like friendship, not relationships, You know what I mean?
Yeah, friendships.
She has friendships. She cultivates friendships with men easily, right? So even if you have a man and you introduce her to him, 9 times out of 10, they're gonna
cool
click.
with him.
Yeah, they're gonna click. So how do you feel knowing that about yourself? How do you feel about your homegirl being cool with your man?
Okay, so that's something that I struggle with a little bit because it's like hypocritical.
Okay.
I think because as far as male relationships, I literally don't have any like outside of like say your husband, another homegirl that I got, and then my ex. Like him and I are still cool, but otherwise like I don't really talk to guys the way I used to. Like I steer away from that because I'm more aware now of intent. However, to answer your question, I think it would depend on my friend and how I look. So I think I would be super cool with you. You got a friend. Everybody got a friend that's a hoe.
Right.
Like let's just be real. Let's keep it real.
You know who you are.
Yeah. Yeah. we all got that friend that's a little loose and you don't trust like all the way around
We
your
do.
man. Like and even one time you weren't home and I pulled up to your house.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I pulled up to your house. See, but I don't know how cool I would be with it. But I came in because I thought you were home. But I never sat down.
Why though?
Stood up the whole time. Because I guess to me it's a respect thing. So I didn't want to seem like, oh, I was lamping and I was mad comfy. And
no, it really wouldn't have. I would have paid it because you're you.
And I'm calling you like, you almost here?
Yeah, like I'm here. D here. I'm here with D. Or even like when you have meetings with him for like logos and stuff, that doesn't bother me. Like I'm not affected by that. But also I know who I am and I know who my husband is. So I feel like him and I talked about this recently. Like I feel like there's such a trust there. Like there was a time where one of his friends, I picked her up actually because I was going to the gym. So I went to go pick her up. She came to her house with a suitcase because he was doing a business photo shoot of her. So she came out her house with a suitcase and I'm bringing her to my house so he could do a photo shoot of her. But I'm like, all right, I'm going to the gym.
I don't know if my growth has gotten.
Yeah. So I'm like, I'm going to the gym. So like, all right, I just dropped her off in front of her house and she went in with her suitcase ready to take photos. And I'm like, hey, like, and I think it's because, and I didn't think twice about it. Like I went to the gym, I came back, she was still there. She was on the phone when I came back, but like, I don't have, you know who you are, sis. We love you.
Do you ever think, not her in particular, but do you ever think like situations like that will potentially open a door for something like?
I think that is possible, but I feel like I don't think about it. It depends on the person though, right? Like, so, like you said, we all got that. Yeah. We all got that whole friend. You know who you are, sis. So, so like maybe that friend. Yeah. That would definitely not be.
You could sit in the car.
Yeah, that wouldn't be the right move for me. Or I'm not gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna sit in the house and we're gonna take pictures together. Like it's gonna be a
collective
event. But like there's just certain people who I just don't get that vibe from. And ultimately I trust my husband, so you know. So would you be okay with your friend's man confiding in you about their relationship? Or your friend or sister?
I have had that.
Okay.
I have had that, to be honest, where I've had my friends, man, hit me up like, yo, Luck, this is going on. And what I try to do is I try to give sound advice.
Okay.
I try to give sound advice. The same advice that I would give to her is the same advice that I had given to him. Like, if I feel that he was dead wrong in a situation, I told him, like, you was dead wrong. Like, maybe you need to do X, Y, and Z to fix whatever. Or if she's been wrong in a situation. So I treat them like equals. Of course, obviously, your female friend, you tell probably way more than you tell your male friend if that's the situation. Depending on who you're friends with first or whatever. But she's my friend. He's her husband. I love him to death. But, like, she is over him. But of course I definitely gave him sound advice. I didn't feel anything, and like that's the bro. So yeah.
I mean, but how would you feel, because you said you haven't grown that much, so how would you feel if your man confided in your friend about your relationship?
That's something that I feel like I've been working on. Like, because I feel like I've had trust issues.
Okay.
Due to things that have been done to me and things I've done to people, not necessarily my friends, but in relationships.
Okay.
So I've been working on that a lot, and I'm like, okay, if that's my friend, like I said, there's certain friends that I feel like I just trust.
Right.
Like I feel like I could leave you around whoever, and I'm not thinking twice. Mm-hmm. There's friends that I would be like, yeah, I'm good. And and when I've gotten to the point in my life where those people that I don't really have my whole heart and trust is not invested in, I don't really consider them my friends anymore. I feel like I really probably have like 3.
And that's how
friends.
I feel too. I was thinking about, because my 30th birthday is coming up this summer, so I was thinking about like who do I want on this trip with me? Like who do I want, like who I feel like I've grown with, like in the past few years or whatever. Because obviously you got your sandbox friends, but then you got friends who you've grown and you've been on a journey with, right? And who's helped you with so much stuff. So I'm like, those are the girls, those are the women that I want with me on this journey. So definitely there's a big difference between those friends and then like your friends, like your rocks, like people you trust for real.
Because we all have friends,
right?
But I think like you're saying, your rocks, your friends, I could really say it's like 3. Yeah, 3. Like there's not many people that I tell my business like that to, or confide in, or see me cry or vulnerable. Like you know, you're one of those people, and then there's 2 other people, and it's like it for me.
That's it, and it's clipped. Sorry, but y'all know who y'all are.
Cut it.
All right, so what are your top 3 girl code rules?
Top 3. Don't lie to me.
That's the one.
Like, do not lie to me. If we're friends, there's no need to lie to me. I don't care what you doing, how you do it. Don't lie to me. Be on, don't be judgy. Like, I feel like that's a rule too. Don't be judgy, because I feel like you're not really friends if you're super judgmental about my life or the things that I do or whatever. Right. And, let me see. Well, no lying means don't sleep with my man. It covers all that stuff.
Say, you forgetting that one.
Yeah. I think that covers everything. Let me see. The biggest thing for me is always, like you said in the beginning, is like going to be loyalty and honesty. I just want to know that you really my friend. If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. Like, don't be a yes woman to me. Like,
any relationship I'm in right now, whether that's friendships, whether that's romance or whatever, like any relationship I'm in right now, like I need you to grow with me. So that means being honest about what's going on, like honest about how you feel, honest about like how you view me, like because that honesty is going to help me grow, and I should be able to take that criticism from somebody I call a friend or a sister. So
do you have 3?
Similar to yours, like loyalty. Please don't try to sleep with my husband. That's very weird. Please don't. Please don't try to sleep with my husband. So loyalty, like you said, honesty. Like, don't let me go outside looking a mess.
Right.
If you see,
girl,
like you gotta be honest. Like, do I look fat in this? Yes, queen.
You do not look right.
Like, yes, queen, you look fat in this.
But what? See, and that's not a friend. When you be like when you know how you see like a girl out and you be like, oh, she don't got no friends. Right. Like, and the girls just be with her and she be looking a hot mess. Now maybe her style is eclectic.
I'm eclectic.
Well, but I was trying to be nice because we talking about a hot mess,
right? Because there's a difference between a mess, like a pure mess.
And sometimes people be looking a mess, like makeup be tall, like come on, and your friends is just letting you rock. They're not really your friends. Yeah, they got so that we could get that crazy. Would go jump into that frenemies.
Oh yes, for sure, Frienvy. We gonna call it Frienvy. I think I just coined that. So Frienvy, right? So friends who you have who just are jealous of you, and I don't I say this all the time, and I say this to my husband all the time. I think that I'm naive in some ways because I don't think
you are.
I don't think people are jealous of me, and the reason why I don't think that is because I'm not jealous of anyone else. Like I don't like. If anything, I'm bigging my friends up. Like when you got the 2022 with the panoramic roof, I was like, take me out to dinner.
Bing bong.
I was like, take me out to dinner. When you pick me up, I was like, yes, boo, we going.
But yeah, like that's how we are. Like we celebrate each other. Like when you got your car, when you graduated, like we hype for each other. But there are people, and You know.
I don't know. I don't want to believe it.
You probably just don't, but I'll be watching. And I'm not even going to hold you. Like, I pay attention. And not to say that everybody has to be involved in everything that I do. Mm-hmm. They don't got to support everything that I do. But I notice it. I notice it.
Yeah.
Like, and I had to start developing a thicker skin and telling myself, you know what? It don't really matter. Like, if somebody support me or they don't support me, like, I gotta let that go. Mm-hmm. But people do be jealous. Like, they might say, oh, like, look at her. She got her man. She putting her man on a book or whatever. That stuff goes on.
I know, but I just don't feel like that. Like, and I don't know. And I've like almost never felt like that. Like, even when people would bring it to my attention, like, I will watch and then I'll be like, oh, baby, I'm always giving people the benefit of the doubt. Like, maybe they wanted their hair like that too. Like, or maybe they wanted to, like, maybe they liked the way this looked. Like, I don't think like people are like, oh, I want to emulate you or I want to be like you. I want to do everything that you do. I just be thinking like, oh, maybe they like that too. But then when you start seeing a number of things add up, and you like, you can't like everything.
Yeah.
Where's
your individuality?
Yeah, like you can't be just me. Like, you gotta be you. But yeah, so, you know, just, I don't
know. Where is it? Oh. Wrong button.
No, because, bro, what?
No new friends. No new friends.
No way.
Ooh. Yeah, it's crickets for that.
It's crickets for that.
I won't say I'm opposed to it, but I just feel like I'm a little... It depends on what they're bringing to the table as far as substance and being a friend. And I just feel like I don't like a lot of energies at this point in my life, in my circle. So if I feel like they are bringing something to the table, if we compliment each other well, because you know, you can meet somebody and y'all just hit it off. I haven't met nobody like that in a long time. So I shouldn't say in a long time.
Because we're fairly
yeah, what are we,
friends.
like,
I want to say
5 years? It's like 5 years. Yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
5 years?
Yeah. Yeah, since like 2015, 2016.
Maybe 2016.
Yeah,
I think 2016 for sure.
2016.
Yeah. Okay, so 6 years, going on 6.
Yeah, so like,
nice. Look at that.
And yeah, and like I just like was like, oh, she's cool. After you know the little debacle, when you thought I was a crazy lady, when you thought I was a crazy lady,
I didn't think you was crazy at all. Like, I really didn't think you were crazy. We're gonna talk about that situation one day, just not 2 days.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah. So, how do I feel about new friends? I'm open to new friends.
Okay.
I think that I'm.
Where do you meet new friends? Like,
I don't know. I'm open to new friends, but I'm skeptical.
Okay.
Because, like you said, energies are a big deal to me. So I'm skeptical about who I allow into my space, but I'm open to meeting new people. And it's only because it's something that it's a personal goal that I want to overcome, being socially awkward. Like, if I'm comfortable with you, like you and I, our chemistry is great. I'm super comfortable with you, so I can be myself. But I'm big on authenticity right now, just for the rest of my life. But I felt like I was in a shell for a really long time, and I felt like I didn't always feel like I could be myself in certain spaces. So I'm at a point in my life where I want to be super authentic and super true to myself.
Who you are.
Yeah, so I need to make sure that I'm in a position where I feel safe with somebody. So I need your energy to match, or not even match my energy, but complement my energy. I don't want to just be friends with anybody at this point, because nobody want relationships at this point where they cannot grow.
And then, you know, when you have a child, like you have a husband, like it's kind of like, you really gotta be like leery of people and bringing them around your people. Like, I once had a friend who, like, okay, so how do you feel about this? Like, friends who try to become friends with your other friends, but like, you know what I'm talking about.
No, I think it just depends, though. Like, I just think that it depends on that person.
Friend stealers.
I know, because I feel like there's certain people who you can invite into your circle, and you know it's going to be a vibe, right? You know it's going to be like, you got to meet this friend. Like, one of my friends that I was just talking to, we went to the gym the other day. I was like, I feel like you would hit it off with Lucky because her energy is so good. She's super chill. She's so down to earth. But there's certain people where I know like it's gonna be a problem. Yeah. So I just be like, all right, we're gonna keep y'all separate.
Notice I keep my friends apart from each other.
Right. I think I met like one of your friends.
I keep my friends separate for a reason.
You have to. Sometimes you have to.
Because I had and see, this is where my trust issues lie. I had a friend and she was friending my other friends, but then coming back to me and saying stuff like, oh, she was talking about you and she was saying this, and this. And so I lost a few friends that way, a few that I've talked to recently and like hashed some things out, but we're not like friends. Like, we're cool, but it's not like it's years past. But they're like, no, that's not like, no. And I end up finding out that girl that was telling me all this stuff was like completely psychotic. She used to get upset and start crying if I was hanging out with my other friends. You're not spending enough time with me. I was like, okay, you're giving me. Yeah, now
she being creepy. It was giving very much stalker. You know who you are, sis.
Yeah, like she was nuts, but.
Yeah, that's super creepy.
Where's that one? Oh, no. She was giving that.
Oh, she was giving Jason. She was giving Jason's lyrics. You know it's harder. No, she was definitely sweating you, and that's super weird. Yeah. Like, I want to talk about that real quick before we end, right? Like, how do you feel about friends who like make it seem like friendships are like the main priority and the only priority? Like, you didn't call me today, you didn't text me today, you didn't do this, you're being funny.
No.
Yeah, it's definitely given like Jason's.
See, for me, I feel like I have friends that I speak to daily, and then I have 3 friends. So, and my 3 friends, one of my friends, we don't talk on the phone at all.
Okay.
I don't really care for talking on the phone. You and I don't really talk on the phone. Really it's like rare that we talk on the phone. We like to be in person.
Right.
So I have my one friend that we usually text every day. We at least check in with each other.
Okay.
Then I have my other friend Monday through Friday, like commute to work, we talk. Weekends, we're off.
Okay.
You and I will text, but when we see each other, it's always like vibe, we catching up, we da-da-da-da. Like, I think friends need to understand. And when I don't talk, say I have a busy weekend or a busy day and I don't talk to my friends, it's not like, where was you? What was you? Like, what do you mean? You're like not my man. What are we doing?
We don't go together.
Yeah.
So I don't have to reply to your text immediately. If I reply in 2 days, I'm sorry. Because sometimes I get distracted.
But people have lives and people are busy. So it's not like... It's not like it's meant to, like, I don't want to talk to you. And sometimes people be going through stuff. And they might need that mental health break.
Right. And it's no shade to my friends.
Right.
And I feel like if you're really my friend, you know me. Like by now, like you know how I communicate. Right. You know that sometimes I take a day to text back. Sometimes I take 6 hours when we was in a full blown conversation. And it's because I have other things going on.
Stuff
like
is going on.
My career, me being a mom, me being a wife. Like there's so many other things that's happening in my life that a text message is not my main priority unless you crying on the floor.
Right.
Like, so then I'm gonna call you, like, let's link. Like, what can I do for you?
Yeah, and I think that unless, like, a person disappears for a lengthy amount of time, like, it's all contingent on that friendship.
Right.
So if you didn't answer me right away, I'd be like, whatever. Right. I probably seen you like something on the shade room. I'm like, Bri's fine. Like, she's fine. She's just Bri. Like,
I'm just Bri.
She's fine. Now, if I have one friend, if I don't hear from her in a couple of days, then I'm like, okay, let me just check on her to make sure that she's okay. For me, it's like I don't freak out.
Okay.
But I have I try to pay attention to my friends, and it depends on the friend. Because I did have a friend who did disappear, couldn't get in touch with him, and he had committed suicide.
Okay.
So it's...
like, you have trauma from that.
Right.
Yeah.
But I don't flip out. I'm not going to be like, Bri, I saw you liking stuff on the shade room, but you couldn't hit me. I'm just saying, hey, girl, hey.
Yeah, like, and that's all we do is be like, hey, girl, hey, what you doing? What you doing today?
Yeah.
So highlights, girl code highlights. Some highlights for me is loyalty. For sure. Like, making sure that you're honest with your friends, making sure that
keep it 100.
You're growing with your friends, right? Making sure that you're not sleeping with, attempting to sleep with, talking to, behind your friend's back, none of that stuff. Like, make sure that you're upfront, make sure there's transparency. if at any point you had any type of situation with your friend's man who she just introduced you to, like, I think you need to let it be known quickly. And we should have talked about that. Like, if your friend, I know this is like sound like movie theater stuff.
Have you ever ran into something like that?
I know, but like, imagine if your friend's like, oh, I'm bringing my boo to the function, and then she brings her boo to the function, and then somebody.
I did have something like that.
Ooh.
I did have something like that. But me and a guy we didn't sleep together or nothing like that. Mm-hmm. Like, he had like me. I didn't really like him like that, but he was trying to court me.
Okay.
But this was when I was younger. I was probably like 18, 19. Mm-hmm. He was trying to court me. Like, he had brought me like flowers. He did little stuff like that. Like, he used to bring him to my job because I worked in the hospital. He had to come through to the hospital. Years later, he's dating my friend.
And how'd you approach it?
So I just told her, I said, listen, him and I, like, if we ain't do nothing, we never went out anywhere. I just let her know, like, back in the day, he was feeling me. We did talk on the phone a few times, text a few times. He did buy me flowers, teddy bear. But aside from that, it was nothing.
How did she take that?
It was shady.
It was shady?
Yeah, because she was like,
really liked him.
But she was like, I just don't see how he could like you and me.
Oh.
Yeah. So I was like, oh.
All right.
Wow. Oh, thanks. I don't know if it was like, because we don't look like we're in the same category. You know how people have a type?
Yeah. I get that. So, maybe he didn't have a type, a specific
He
type.
probably doesn't have a type. So it was, but I kind of was like, dang. And then I was like, you know, whatever. Like, people gonna feel how they want to feel. Like, whatever.
Right.
But I just kept it a buck with her, but nothing happened between us, so it wasn't like a huge deal.
Did she stay with him?
They were together for a little while.
Okay, and now they're not together. That was
years
ago.
They're not. Yeah.
Okay. So what we're bringing to this season is a segment called Bro What? So we're bringing a segment called Bro What. So our first Bro What for season 3 opening is.
So if your man,
my husband,
could do a split or just bust out into a split, you leaving? It's crickets, man.
Why would he do that? Like, what is the reason that he would do a split?
He's a karate master.
If he don't do karate, like, I really don't see the point. Because I would be, like, really... I mean, like, I don't want to say... I mean, let me just be honest.
Be honest, please.
Let's just say whatever you want to say. I'm not going to lie. Like, I really feel like that's kind of girly for me. Like, that's ladylike. Because I don't know what reason you
What you busting a split? I can't bust a split. What are we doing?
Yeah, and it's not even envy about the flexibility. I'm just confused as why you think that position is appropriate.
How did we get to the point that you was even trying it, though?
Yeah, how did you get there? Are you a gymnast?
How you know that you could do a split?
I don't know.
Why?
So how would you feel about your...
No, it's clip.
Yeah, doing this, I don't really like
why?
that.
Why are you getting down there like that? I want to know.
Bro,
like,
what?
I got so many questions. Yeah, bro, what?
And not only that, like, I personally, like, I wouldn't even go to a male strip club.
I don't like male
because I don't like the gyrating movement. Like,
it
looks ladylike to me.
And that's just my preference. It be giving me split.
Yeah, like, it gives me, it's like synonymous with split. Yeah. Like, if you doing that gyrating thing, like, I don't like that.
Yeah, I'm
I
not
think
into it.
It gives me very much ladylike vibes. And that's just my opinion, because I feel like some people like that.
Some people are into
some women love that. I don't want nobody gyrating their man part to my face, and I just don't like the way.
On everybody else.
Yeah,
too.
I'm not really feeling the gyrating look.
I'm still trying to figure out why we were split. Like, why there's a reason for a man to split. Like, one reason.
There's no reason.
Y'all tell us.
Y'all tell us.
Yes,
definitely comment.
I want to see some comments why you think, why, besides being a karate master.
If your man not, like, in some old Miles league, like, if you're not a gymnast, if you don't do Muay Thai.
Maybe yoga? Do they split?
I mean, you could sit in a pretzel.
Yeah, stay in downward dog or something.
Yeah,
like.
I don't know about that.
That might be funny. No downward dog.
No, I'm just playing. Like I'm all into yoga, especially tantric. Like I'm fine with that. But
we could talk about that another time.
Yeah, we'll talk about that another time. But for sure, me too. But for sure, don't do a split for me. If my husband is listening, I know you are. Please never attempt. You're
too serious to even try to think that's even funny.
Like, if I ever even see his legs open too wide, I might have a problem with that.
So, bro, what? If you're doing splits,
please don't do a split. But definitely comment if you're okay with your man doing a split. If you like that, let us know because we interested. We want to know. You can even come on our podcast and let us know.
Bring your man. Let him split on the camera.
I'll split on the camera. No, we gotta go.
All right. Make sure you like and subscribe to Only Way Out Podcast. Also follow us on Instagram at saying _
whatever we
_ want to say. Until next time. Bye.